That's Brian Grazer.
Legendary Hollywood producer at this point, I think it's fair to say.
On the left, one of the most successful producers around. He produced a slew of hits.
There he is with Ron Howard. What are we talking about? Apollo 13, A Beautiful Mind, Splash. And Frost Nixon. So technically accurate, by the way.
And do you know he's behind the smash Fox TV show Empire?
This we found out this morning. The guy has got the golden touch, and his beak is in everything.
He's so smart.
Well, and he's putting it down in book form. The book is called A Curious Mind, The Secret to a Bigger Life. Rosanna and I both want one. Brian, you come to the right place. Welcome, sir.
Welcome. Thank you. Oh, what a generous introduction.
Well, first of all, we're honored to have you here. And the book is all about curiosity. And it's something that I guess your grandmother kind of spurred in you a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I had a tiny little grandma. I mean, New Yorkers know these tiny little grandmothers. They're about this tall. But
they carry a big stick.
They carry a big stick, and they can make your life valuable. And she did. Little Grandma Sonia. Every time I asked a question, she said, "That's a great question," even at the most inane question. And at 5 or 6 years old, at 5 years old, she said, "You're going to go, all the way. You're special. You're special. This curiosity is a superpower." And literally, I am looking at my report card that's all Fs. So there was no evidence I was going anywhere. But she just kept saying, "You're going. It's going to happen." And so I became a movie producer and television producer, and currently I have this Fox show Empire.
And you did it by asking better questions. I mean, we have this perception, dog eat dog, you know what I mean? A lot of scheming, a lot of backstabbing in Hollywood, but you just asked the right questions?
I think so, yeah. I try to be generous. I try to, in every one of these meetings that I have, bring a gift of knowledge to start it off. So if I'm meeting a fashion designer, whether it's Ralph Lauren or Vivienne Westwood, I might bring a piece of music and say, "Did you ever hear of this?" And that starts it off because it's generous and it creates trust and usually has some value to them, and then it becomes usually an hour and a half, 2 hour conversation.
So Brian, the book is about meeting interesting people, and it's something that you make a point of doing every week or every 2 weeks, that you sit down with somebody that you've never met and learn about them.
Yes, that's what I've been doing for over 30 years while I've been producing movies and television. And I do it pretty religiously, and it's made me successful, quite honestly, because it's helped me curate the stories that I make, and so that they're not things that have been done before. It has absolutely expanded my life and opportunities that I never thought even existed. And so what I did, it took 2 years, I wrote this book, and it synthesizes or compresses those 30 years and tells everybody not only the stories, but just how to do it immediately.
I love your story about meeting Fidel Castro. You go to Cuba. First of all, I want to know how you got to Cuba. Were you on like some humanitarian mission or something?
Well, it was
like
sort
that?
of humanitarian.
Right, exactly.
Through Mexico?
Not through Mexico, no. We had this artistic pass, and we got right into Havana.
And so you're waiting there for days trying to meet Fidel Castro.
Yes.
You finally get the call that you can meet him on a day that you're supposed to leave.
You read it perfectly. Thank you. Yeah, that's right. Thank you.
So what happened next?
So what happened is we're told as we're leaving, he'll meet with us. He'll have lunch. So we stop the planes, and we all of a sudden, we're now having lunch with Fidel Castro in the military palace. A couple things happened that were interesting to me anyway. I was with 6 other guys, all, pretty much at my status, and or higher. And Fidel Castro's talking. He doesn't take a breath for 3.5 hours.
And you're getting hungry.
And I'm getting hungry. He looks up and he says, "How do you do your hair?" That was his only question, was how do I do my hair? So I gave him an answer, a little nervous, gave him an answer. But literally at the end of it, and I don't know if you're leading to this, the very end of the 6.5 hour lunch, I have this habit also of leaving little pictures of myself, like a little heart-shaped photograph of myself with a kitschy picture of like that, and I snuck it into the military palace right under his cigars, actually.
Very nice.
By the way, we got Cubans right here. Well, the governor just went to
Really?
Cuba and came back with a bunch of cigars.
Wow,
By the way,
that's cool.
Fidel gave us an idea. What's up with the hair? It's great. It works for you. It identifies you. But when did you start doing that?
About 20 years ago. I was swimming. I was looking for differentiation, but I was accidented upon this hairdo. I was swimming in my swimming pool with my daughter Sage, and I got out of the pool, or as I was getting out of the pool, I popped my hair up, and she goes, "Oh, I like it that way. That's great, Dad." So you do anything for your daughter. So I go into the bathroom, we put some girly gel on, pop it up. She goes, "That's amazing. It's so cool," and it's been this way for 20 years.
Wow. First of all, it's an honor to have you here, and you should know this was the scene of a very important movie in your life and mine.
I know.
Ransom. I think, do we have a clip?
I love it. I
Angela?
hope you do.
All right, there.
Here it is.
Oh, yeah, good.
Okay, this was, I think, the paper. I was in a very, very tiny scene in the paper, one of your movies.
Yes.
And then also Ransom, which was a pivotal scene where Mel Gibson basically tells the world he's not going to pay a ransom.
And look at how worried
Good
Rosanna looks. It's
afternoon. We're
great.
interrupting this
She's really
program
active.
to bring you an exclusive report.
As you know, we've been following the Mullen kidnapping for about a day or so.
We will get back to our regular program,
There
but
she
right now
is.
we're going to
Amazing.
show you something that you only see
What do you
right
think,
All right,
here.
good
Brian?
stuff.
Tom Mullen.
What do I think? I think that was amazing. I think that was, no, it was the signature scene in the whole movie. It was the pivotal scene that was used in every trailer. And
Here,
Oh,
here we are.
you're being very
well,
nice.
Listen, we're ready. We're ready for our next close-up. The two of
yeah,
us.
the two of you now. It's a package.
one thing that has sometimes confused people, the difference between a producer and a director. I mean, we know what an actor does. We know what a director does. What does a producer do in Hollywood?
Okay, what a producer does is they incubate the idea from the very beginning. So they either hatch the idea. In the case, I did that on Splash, where I wrote the script. But often you just are there at the very beginning of it, and you try to be creatively and fiscally responsible to the vision of the movie. And the vision of the movie is an emotional through line that has a beginning foundation, and hopefully there's a vertical line between the beginning and the end that makes sense.
A lot of people try to get in the way along the way.
Well, people do, and time does.
Yeah.
And you have to have a sustained vision, often for years and years and years. And then a director actually takes the script and goes on the soundstage and directs the actors, interprets the words.
Do your kids know how cool you are? I mean, you and I and Greg, we were talking about last night how frustrated you were dealing with your kids. You're at this big Time
love
event.
it. Time 100 event.
Time 100 event. Kanye West is performing,
Yeah.
and you're texting your kids.
Well,
Tell
what
us
happened, I'll tell you very quickly.
Okay.
What happened is I texted my two kids 24 hours ago. I mean, 24 hours ago. They don't text back. They're too busy to text back, 11 and 15. I see Kanye West, who I know, love, think he's great. He was amazing last night. He does 45 minutes straight set. I text Kanye West. He texts me back literally in 10 minutes. That's how cool that guy is.
Okay, so did you say anything to your kids?
I took a photograph, a screenshot of that, and sent it to my kids. I go, by the way, Kanye West, who just got off stage, who's a genius, finds a way to text me back in 10 minutes. What's up with you two kids?
Well, they're in California, right?
They're in California.
They're probably too busy having a party with all their friends while you're in New York.
Dad's out of town. We got the house.
You guys are hilarious.
Good stuff, man.
Oh, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Brian Grazer,
That
thank
was
you so
really,
much.
really funny.
We love the book, and it's great for everybody to read. Just your experiences, the people that
Yeah.
you meet, and hey, curiosity may have killed the cat, but satisfaction brought him back, right?
Oh, hot stuff. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for having me on.
All right.